Hi, my name is Dan, and this is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. This is the November 2019 Tarotoscope predictive for the sign of Leo. Those of you with sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Leo would want to watch this video just to see what might happen for you this November. If any love comes up in this reading, those with a Venus in Leo may want to watch. If you want to cross-watch, if there's a Leo you're interested in or that's close to you or you're in a relationship with, you certainly can do that. Maybe get an idea of what their month might be like. I'm going to start shuffling the cards, so just give me one moment. Other ways, if you like these videos, please give them a like, hit the thumbs up, give me a subscribe if you want to be notified when I'm online. I do a daily forecast every day in the morning, and that if you hit the bell, you'll be notified every morning. That's a collective group read. It's like my energetic forecast. So you can also follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. I'm still learning Instagram, so that's new for me. And I have a Facebook group and all sorts of stuff. If you look at the Linktree link that's posted on the thumbnail or included in the video description, that will lead you to all of my stuff if you are more interested in seeing more. So I'm going to say this. The general gist of the shuffle for the Leos this month is it feels like a definite slowdown of energy. Leos being the sign of fire and usually being really dynamic people, you guys tend to have a lot of energy, I feel like. To me, this feels like a slow burn kind of month, or it's not like there's not a lot of energy, but it's just not maybe as much as you're used to, or as gregarious as you're used to. It feels like there's a slowing down, definitely in the cards as I'm shuffling. I don't feel a lot of resistance. I just feel like a slowing down is the best way. That's the word I keep hearing. Okay, so the first card is sort of indicative of where you're going to be sort of at most of the month. Like you'll be returning to this card or what this card represents throughout the month. It's sort of like what I call the default setting. So it's, we may go up and down throughout the month, but we'll find ourselves returning to this space over and over again. This is a beautiful card to have kicking off. This is the Empress. I think you guys are the first reading that I've had so far that has kicked off with a major arcana card for the month of November, so that's a good sign. The Empress is definitely, she's in a position of power. She's calm, she's centered, she's grounded, she can see things as far as the way that I see it is she can see things that might be problematic or troublesome, things that might be issues throughout the month of November. She can see ahead, far enough ahead into the future that she can sort of divert those problems or kind of avoid them altogether. I like that this card feels peaceful and feels centered and grounded. This grounding energy that I feel in this card might be part of the reason why you guys feel like your energy is slowing down, but you certainly can afford to in the month of November. This card to me feels like you guys are going to be in a position of authority or just, so centered that your world's not necessarily going to feel too rocked or too crazy, if that makes any sense. It's just going to sort of be like a quiet rulership, as the kings of the jungle like to do. Well, you guys don't necessarily need quiet to rule, but to me it just feels a little bit more laid back and centered. It's not going to be, it's not going to be without its issues, but like I said, I feel like you guys will see the issues coming as they arise and be able to address them accordingly with like confidence and not too many issues. This is a really nice card. The Empress also is very much a sign of like sort of fertility and birth. So there could be some new ideas that come to you guys in the month of November. I don't necessarily know that you'll actually get around to executing those ideas. I don't get that feeling so much, but I do get that feeling that you will be centered, grounded, and at peace throughout the month of November. Just a little bit lower energy is what I want to say. Now this next card is sort of the recent past or foundation card for why everything is the way that it is, or what has led it up to where we're at today. So this card here is the Six of Worlds. Worlds is similar to Pentacles in other decks. This is definitely a card of the material realm. This is synergy. To me, this is all about, It's funny, I see these two swans, and as if this is the card of Leo. In the months previous, excuse me if I talk a little funny, I feel like I have some of the, some salad stuck on the back of my throat. Yes, dears, I was tossing salad. Anyways, um, uh, Um, the Six of Worlds feels like in the months past leading up to now, up to November, we've been juggling quite a bit and kind of keeping everything under control. Maybe feeling like we have a lot on our plate, but not more than we can handle. Maybe getting a little help here and there from others, but pretty much taking it on the responsibility of the execution of whatever it is we've been working on at a material level, be it the making of money, the attending to relationships, the keeping of the home. All of that stuff has sort of fallen on Leo's shoulders, right? And Leo has worked really hard to keep everything together. November feels like this is why Empress comes in. It feels like you get to relax a little bit. All of that work that you've been doing here in this synergy card, you've done it well, you've handled it well, and it feels like the month of November, the planets are going to align. I'm not exactly sure, but it's going to give you that moment where you can kind of exhale and breathe and go, and just sort of enjoy everything and maybe take a bit of a break, slow down a little bit, and give yourself just some much needed sort of downtime. I don't necessarily know that the Empress feels down per se, but like she's paying attention, right? I definitely feel that. She's presiding over everything that she's worked for, or Leo will be presiding over everything that they have worked for, and there has been quite a bit of work. But you guys have done the work so masterfully, or have like kind of gotten your way through and juggled so many things to get to this point that now you've kind of got it under control and can sort of do it with a little bit more ease. The ease of the Empress, okay? The next card is your soul or spirit card, and this is telling me what your soul or spirit is going to be working on during the month of November. So we have the Six of Crystals, and this is confusion. So to me, I look at this card and I feel like there's some stuff that needs to be cleared out in the month of November for Leo. And that might be why we're getting this Empress positioning as sort of the default setting throughout the month, kind of the theme, where we're able to sort of find that downtime and that quiet so that we can sort of sift through things at a deeper level and let go of the things that don't necessarily work for us anymore, or deal with them and break free of them completely and altogether, right? This synergy card, although it shows me that the Leos have been working hard and juggling quite a bit, it maybe has not always been the easiest process for you guys leading up to this coming month. So what's happening here is at a deeper level. This card is telling me there's some things that need to be let go of. There's some things, some mental things, questions, situations, relationships, things that bring you sort of confusion, and those things need to be let go. They need to be dealt with at a deep, like the spirit is asking for you to let them go. And I think part of that is why we have this Empress happening here, is this opportunity to relax and ease into the month of November, kind of sit with ourselves and really sort of look at some of these things that maybe these situations or people or questions that are causing us confusion, and really truly be ready to let them go altogether in the month of November. Now, the next card are the two outside influences. These can be both positive or negative, but they are things that are influencing us, and we need to be made aware of them. They can be people, sometimes events, sometimes energies, or belief systems that are kind of, having an influence. So your first one is the Chariot. The Chariot is always about fast-moving energy. It's major arcana, so it packs a bit of a punch. It feels like there might be some opportunity to have a little bit of a bigger month if we choose to. Only I feel like because we're leading with this Empress card, this Chariot energy could move us into something. Remember I said something about the Empress representing as birth? There may be some of you Leos out there that might have an idea or something that you want to bring to fruition. You might be able to move forward towards that and move forward towards it rather quickly. The kicker here is, or what I'm hearing as I'm looking at these cards, what I'm feeling as I'm looking at these cards, is that we need to not be in this state of deep confusion while doing so, or else this energy will not kick off. This Chariot has a clarity and a sort of a preciseness, a swiftness that we want to move with clarity, not with confusion, okay? So that is key. if we are going to access this fast moving energy and try and get a lot of stuff done this during the month of November. Now, as I'm saying that to you, I'm getting this distinct feeling that I have to say to you guys, November could be a down month if you choose it to be. Okay? The Chariot feels like it is. This is going to sound so strange, I don't know why, but this is what I'm hearing, is it feels like the Chariot is an opportunity to take a shortcut to something by the end of the year. And I don't know who that's for, if that's for maybe one specific person that tunes in and watches, or if this is for all of my Leos, but I do think that the Chariot is this opportunity to sort of circumvent some situations similar to like what I was seeing in the Empress card, and move yourself to another another situation or another goal rather quickly. But the key here is that we want this confusion and these situations that are no longer serving us, that we might have been giving our attention to, or that may be bugging us in the back of our mind or deeper in our soul. We want those things out of the way because we don't want them affecting this Chariot energy. This Chariot energy is strong, swift, and direct, and it will move you quickly if you choose to jump in that sort of flow and move forward in that at that pace, right? We don't have to jump into that energy though. It is just an influential energy that's put out there for us if we choose to use it, right? It's influencing us. The other one is the Ace of Wands, which is illumination. So to me, again, this is a powerful energy. Wands deals with fire and spirit, which is definitely the Leo's sort of home base. So I like that this is the other influence for you guys this month. To me, this is about waking up and figuring something out, finding some clarity around a situation, finding some clarity around, just sort of like the environment opening up to us and giving us the answers that we need. These answers that we need, though, are coming from this place of sort of solving this confusion, I feel like, on the soul level. Whether or not action actually takes place in the month of November is up to you, and whether or not you decide to jump in the Chariot. These two energies, I am going to say this illumination card and the Chariot, are heavy duty. It's like, to me, it feels like it's going to be like shock and awe and then fast movement. Or fast movement while you're experiencing shock and awe, as far as something coming to light, something coming, some sort of awakening happening, some sort of information coming to you that you didn't otherwise know, that sort of shifts and changes your perceptions of things. And at a very deep level, let's say that, okay? But that shift in that perception change, although it might be a little bit shocking at first or a little bit eye-opening and surprising in the month of November, it's going to be to your benefit. I want you to know that. It's definitely going to be to your benefit and in the long run. And it's going to aid you in sort of taking this step forward and moving forward through November or into December and into 2020, okay? Now, this last card is what I call the potential outcomes. And the reason why I say potential outcome is because we all have free will, and we can all make choices and changes to affect outcomes. This card is basically where the energy is naturally headed right now, as the cards still stay on for the end of November, right? But if we choose to make decisions, we look at this card and we see it as a negative, we can use it as a warning to make choices and changes throughout the month to avoid this card actually happening. But if this card is something beneficial or that we want to have happen, we can take heart in the fact that we will naturally just be headed towards this energy without much need for doing anything other than, what we see here in the cards. Wow. So this is the Ace of Cups, which is ecstasy. So to me, this is a good card. I mean, this feels like we're going to end up aces this month, you guys. To me, it's about emotional stability, awareness, transformation, growth, all in the realm of emotions. Cups deals with water in the realm of water and emotions. And to me, this is about sort of becoming more maybe emotionally aware, emotionally stable, emotionally settled. I feel like there's a settling here with the Empress, but we keep returning back to this sort of empowered, good, stable energy throughout the month, no matter what, even when we're dealing with this confusion, and everything else is just sort of coming to us, and we just need to allow it to come to us. If we stay cool and chill in the middle of it all and just let it show us what it is and let it carry us like this chariot will, but making sure that this confusion is not leading us, this sort of like, because to me this card here feels very like filled with emotion and confused thought behind emotions, we will be free of some of these emotions that are caught up in here. Does that make sense? There's this illumination that happens with this Ace of Wands, this awareness that takes place, this awareness change that will take place in the month of November. And this movement with the Chariot that is going to end up eventually leading us to this place of transformative emotional feelings that are going to be to our benefit, that are going to make us help the Leos to realize like kind of how awesome they are, even though, you know, Leos sort of already know that or operate from that place. Really operating from that place, from this place of the Empress, is going to lead you to even more of that this month. So overall, I feel like this is a great month for the Leos. It looks like there's going to be a lot of opportunity here, but the question is really how ready are you for it? And I think that you are ready for it with his Empress, but just be mindful of the sort of deeper confusion or the deeper emotional stuff, thoughts, ideas that might not be as balanced as this Empress energy. Be on the lookout for those things and make sure that you're not operating from them. Make sure that you're actually letting them go or releasing them before moving forward. Allow situations to open themselves up to you and allow them to show them to you what they really are. As they do that, don't get caught up in maybe the confusion of it. Don't get caught up in the shock of it. Just let it go. And emotionally let it go and head towards this Ace of Cups, which is this joy or ecstasy that I think most of you will have by month's end. All right, that is your forecast for the month of November 2019, Leos. Please leave me a comment, a like, share, a subscribe, anything to sort of support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, I'm on Instagram at Engelgeist 333. Wednesdays and Friday nights are charm reading nights. Please tune in for those. Those are live. And I do a forecast every morning. You can always tune in for that. So have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye-bye.